It's right there.
Hi, Razor.
Keo. Oh, I'm stretching my legs.
Ooh, look at you. You got room.
See, that's great.
Oh, my legs are, my knees
Yeah,
are
get
gonna
on.
be.
See? That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna work, man.
It's gonna
No,
work.
that's good. That's good.
Can your knees go any further?
No, they're against Drew's legs.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're not getting out of there.
We need to get some honey. What's up, everyone? This is the Nostalgia Test podcast, and we're gonna talk about Fortune Street. But first, what kind of shows and movies and games? What's new? What's new?
Well, the
Uh,
Origami King came out.
That did come
I
out.
got that 2 days ago after like a month of debating it. This was like the hardest decision I've made in a while.
I mean, it's a pretty decisive,
Divisive.
divisive decision.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I actually laughed out loud at one moment with
Was it a toad?
It was the bomb. The bomb
Oh.
with no fuse. It
Uh,
was hilarious. He was scooching.
I haven't gotten to listen to it yet, but the new Glass Animals. Oh, stop! But the new Glass Animals album came out, and I've been looking forward to listening to that.
Oh, also, I'm Drew, and we also have Will in the middle. And we got Matt at the end, a new guest.
This is my apartment bathtub.
This is what, like a week old? We're breaking it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here for about a week, and we're already filming a podcast in my bathtub.
So the audio listeners were available on YouTube for the video. And on the video version, if you want to just listen and you're kind of appalled by this site, we're on Spotify, Google, every other kind of podcast platform.
But make sure to drop a like, because Will and Drew are in some serious pain right now.
My, what is this? What is this one?
What's that muscle?
They're
Your
getting,
femur?
They're getting used. Femur?
The femur. The lemurs?
Sure. The femur's being used.
The lemurs are being used.
Glass Animals, they had a collab with Flume. Ah! Ah! My legs are gonna become glass soon.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a pretty legendary like electronica band. They've done stuff with they have a pretty popular song with Denzel Curry, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I almost said
Damn.
I
they
almost
do.
said Little Uzi Vert, but
It's not
Denzel
Lil Uzi,
Curry.
it is Denzel Curry.
And then Flume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which
that-
one's with Fun?
Am
I forgetting?
It's like a B-side. It's on Skin
Yeah,
Companion
Skin-
EP.
Oh.
Companion EP2.
too.
And what else was I thinking? I also really love that they named one of their albums after the venue where we went to Free Fest.
Really?
They have an album called Merriweather Post Pavilion.
For real.
Yeah, inspired by
I'm
that
gonna
place.
listen to that.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
insane.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to listen to like more alternative indie kind of band music. Like 1975 are on my radar, actually.
Yeah, 1975 are pretty
Because
good.
I know they're more electronic as well.
They do have some good songs.
Is Glass Animals more electronic? You
Yeah,
said?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The acoustics are kind of lacking here.
They're a little weird. It's gonna be interesting.
We
to
need
see
like
how
more
it turns out.
towels. We should have like.
When you're wondering why this podcast is only like 20, 30 minutes long, it's because
Dude, we can just rearrange though. I mean, we got the toilet. We got.
we can shift when need
I don't
be.
know. Getting out of here is gonna be like a heroic feat.
I have to get out of here first before anybody else gets out, pretty much.
Matt, have you been watching anything? Listening to
Yeah, what's
anything?
new? What have you been doing in this apartment?
I mean, honestly, so far I've been watching some Seinfeld and
Oh.
watching like all of the Stanley Cup qualifiers
Solid.
because I've been out without sports for so long. So
Pens did not make it.
Yeah, how do you feel
Yeah.
with the sport climate?
I'm cool with it. I'm happy to have something to watch and cheer for once again. I mean, you know.
Yo, the NBA is pretty crazy with how locked down they are.
Have you watched any of the inside the bubble vlogs from any of the players?
No, I haven't. Actually, I've the only thing I've only watched like the NFL and
Really?
baseball.
There's ones inside the NHL bubble too.
No. I was just saying I've been watching NHL
Oh,
games
okay.
and MLB games.
Yeah, true. Go Orioles. Whoa.
We all have like a different city now, man.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we got O's, we got Pirates, and we got Phillies.
Yeah.
Hell
I don't associate with anything.
Drew doesn't associate with anything, but he's from Philly.
I like video games.
I
He
think you're
does like
associating a
video
lot
games.
right now.
Segway. Today we're talking about Fortune Street, which is a little-known video game from the Wii. It's like Monopoly, but with a stock market.
It's kind of crazy, actually. 'cause
I actually did zero research for this one. I should have prepared some like factoids.
Oh my gosh.
We did all the research
It
we
came
needed
out
to
in
do
Wait,
last
wait,
night.
wait.
I think it came out in 2011, like right before
See,
the
this is
Wii
why I
ended.
needed to do the research.
It was 2011. The Wii had almost died, and this was like the swan song for the Wii. Was a Monopoly plus stocks board game.
It's like a Square Enix game, but with Nintendo licensure and IP. Like,
So you got a wonderful assortment of Dragon Quest plus Mario characters to play as.
Yep.
And that's where the Yoshi commits tax fraud meme comes from. Little
It's
known.
pretty wild.
It's pretty good.
You know?
So when Yoshi's not paying his taxes, you know why.
What are some of your favorite memories of Fortune? Well, first off, what's Fortune Street?
how did I even get into this freaking weird game?
How?
It's honestly probably one of the most niche Nintendo-ish games. Like, I almost have never heard of it outside of one of our friends who is remiss to have not have been here.
He was supposed to be here this weekend, but he had...
I don't think he would have fit, so it's
he would not
honestly
have fit in
fine.
the bathtub, so this is okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be like standing on the
He
other
would have
side.
probably like balanced on our heads, actually.
yeah.
He would have planked. Oh, yeah, our friend Parker got us into this game. I went over to one of his friends' houses, and, you know, we were playing some games. We were playing Smash Brothers. It almost was like a movie den, I remember. It was kind of cool. They had like a little bit of a steep kind of slope. And eventually they just kind of threw on Halo, which I've never played Halo before. I've never
What?
even... That night, that was in high school.
Whoa.
That was the first night I held an Xbox controller of any kind in my
Hot
life.
dang. Halo's like so good freaking like that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite pastimes is like Joe, Luke, and I would have like sleepovers and we'd all be playing Halo and like
No, which
change
Halo?
the custom multiplayer settings. Like either 3 or Reach. Honestly, we played a ton of Reach because Reach had some of the best like multiplayer customization.
I think the
Mhm.
most I played in Halo was 2. Halo 2.
That was a good one.
I played for like 5 minutes. But after we played Halo for 5 minutes, they were like almost making it seem like a cult or like a meme before meme was like a big word. It was weird. And the Wii was far dead at this point. This was like in 2015, 2014, 2013. And they were like, we're going to play Fortune Street. And to me, it wasn't quite Fortune Street because it was the observatory, a certain map. It was, you know, I don't know, like, okay, I'm going to reset.
Played
actually.
at normal speed and leaving character text on.
Well, there wasn't character text.
Yes,
There was like 6 guys, so I was actually honored to be a playable character. And the ambiance, the atmosphere of it, it just took me away. Like when it's, you know, 11 p.m., you're getting started, you're like, all right, like here we go, we'll play for like an hour. No. 3 hours later, you're just getting like not started, but like you're just finishing. It's a long game.
This is not an in and out party.
Like, you know,
Mhm.
Monopoly. Monopoly's the classic. What's the classic, you know, like thing with Monopoly? Oh, everybody's gonna get tired of playing it by the end of it.
Mhm.
Yep.
You're gonna lose your family. Like nobody's gonna want to finish it.
Yep.
Same thing with Fortune Street.
Yes.
Because one person
gosh.
is gonna be like bankrupt and have to auction off all of their property, and one person's gonna be like hoping to win and lose to the CPU, and then one person's gonna be just killing it out of luck. You know, it's basically luck. You're rolling on properties. You're getting like, you know, absolutely murdered by your friend who has the expensive hotel.
Well, that's why Fortune Street in some ways has much of a leg up on Monopoly. So Monopoly is like a broken game because
Yes.
whoever gets the best rolls in the beginning, gets the best properties right off the bat, you're gonna win. Like,
Yes.
no chance. But this one's kind of cool because you can kind of have some savvy and like it's still got the random element, so that can still make or break it.
Mhm.
But then you have the savvy in playing the stock market as well, which
Yeah.
kind of
It-
levels the playing field.
It basically allows players who are like not doing as well to kind of make sure that they get a leg up in the game. Maybe they don't have the best properties, but if they are invested in the areas that are doing well, they can make money off of that. And then near the end of the game, if a certain player is about to win, they can sell their stocks, tank their stock market, and then kind of even the playing field a little bit more.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like more strategic than Monopoly.
It's a crazy
It's
amount
so
of
much
strategy.
How did I like introduce it to you guys shortly
I
after
found
that?
it, so like from Parker through you is how I found it.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first time I played it, but I do know I liked it.
I wasn't even like conscious of when it came out because normally I'm following
Yeah.
like any
Weird,
of the
right?
Mario IPs. I'd be like following.
Yeah.
I didn't even like know when
Me
it came
neither.
out.
That was the weirdest thing. Was like it was almost like a foreign thing to me because we were a fan of the Wii. We got the Wii U like launch. You know,
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's so weird.
I
I
stayed
remember
up till-
watching the video.
No, I didn't stay up till midnight for the Wii U, but I got it the day it came out.
Honestly though, like so we played it like last night, and there's gonna be some footage of that too if you want to check out on my YouTube. But like honestly, it's kind of better than any other party game that's come out on Nintendo since 2011. Since then, I think.
It's very good.
Like I think it holds up pretty
We
well.
were talking about it compared to Mario Party and how like we'd kind of rather play it than Mario Party
'Cause-
for as jank
yeah.
as it is.
Because we can just
So
talk during it, you know? Like, it's not like this... I don't know, it's not, like, abstract. It's not... It just makes sense. It's, like, relaxing. The music is great. A lot of it is more Dragon Quest-y than Nintendo. I mean, it's half and half, honestly.
But there's still so many references. Like,
Yeah,
I was surprised. I didn't even know there was a Mario
Yeah, you were
Galaxy.
like, what is this song from? Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah.
And it had the Galaxy. Yeah.
Had the Galaxy level?
Now, what characters do you guys like to play the most in Fortune Street?
The answer's clear. Waluigi. But when I can't, Wario.
I am
one up then?
I am Waluigi all the time.
Oh my
in
gosh.
Every Mario
Wait,
game.
do you guys remember my one party that got rained out? It was like storming, and we had 2 Fortune Streets at the same time.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Or did we have another game?
Wait.
We had Smash Brothers and Fortune Street.
But Fortune Street was
I
like
think
the
in
main
my
event.
head, though, I wanted to have 2 Fortune
Yeah.
Streets.
Oh
And
my
I remember
gosh.
not everybody wanted to play it, because 8-player Fortune Street.
Did we have 2 Wiis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Wii U and a Wii.
Was I at this party?
Yeah, you did the light thing.
Oh yeah.
That was that one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that was
remember.
crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
wow.
and Matt,
Oof.
you have
Long time
something
ago.
to add of you and your sister playing single player Fortune Street. And
Yes.
okay, so for me, when I played single player, I would actually you can turn on out for lunch mode, which lets the computer take over as you.
Yes.
And you can set a certain strategy that pones it wins. It can beat almost any, and you just like go away and it'll beat the game for you.
Yeah, you can pretty much, if you get tired of playing, but you still want to see how the game ends up, you can enable the out for lunch mode, and it pretty much lets the CPU take over for you. Now, the one interesting thing about the CPU in Fortune Street is that first of all, you have to have 4 players in the game no matter what. So if you don't have 4...
That's one knock against it in my opinion.
If you don't have 4 human players, there has to be CPU. So each CPU actually has a letter grade rating on
Their tier. It's like a tier list.
Yeah, essentially a tier list.
For those Gen Z people watching.
When you're looking through the characters to select as the AI, you've got ones that are like D tier, which are the lowest, and I think there's S tier is the highest.
Mm-hmm.
So you can enable different tiered, I'm forgetting the word already. Jeez, I'm drunk. You can enable different tiers of CPU to play for you in the automatic mode. And I just feel like maybe when you do out for lunch, it's possible that maybe that rank carries over to that as well.
I think that's it, because there were certain characters you'd have to play as.
Yeah.
If I remember I looked up a guide, and that's how I unlocked all the bonus maps and the bonus characters.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the characters, I haven't played that many Dragon Quest games. So there's like Yangus and Bianca and Platypunk and Slime. Your classic kind of people.
Did you just forget the
But
name
then you can unlock like Dragon
He said
Lord.
slime at the end.
Okay, good.
You can unlock like Dragon Lord and a few others.
I think Dragon Lord was the last one you unlocked,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's a single player option too where you can unlock more maps and you unlock more characters as you go too. So, if you've really got nothing to do and all you want to do is play some Fortune Street, go ahead. You can get Dragon Lord as a reward.
I want to ask you both a question and answer honestly. If you own it and you
I do own
could basically own it, pretend you own it. If you had a gathering of like 3 decently close friends who either like Nintendo or Dragon Quest, would you bring it out over another party game? Do you think it holds up? How would it go over, you think?
After you say.
So, I think it depends. If you're bringing it at the end of a party, it's not going to go well because then you're never going to get people kicked out of your house and you're probably going to lose most of your friend group.
Yep.
But if you're like at the beginning of a party and you invite people over for Fortune Street night, then absolutely.
Yeah, if it's like a game night with the
It's like Gex night with the bros, but Fortune Street night with the bros.
So I would say, would I like bust out as like a party game? The thing is, probably not.
Well, I'm not
because
saying like a rager, but like like a nice night out, like a Friday.
I don't
Game
even
night, like a game
so
night.
I think you have to get people into the Fortune Street. I think you have to be like locked in. Like if you're just hanging out with your buddies, you're like, oh, what game are we gonna play tonight? Like, I think you need something more like Fortune Street's freaking Mad Max. Like it's.
But like Monopoly's the same kind of thing. Like you have to be in the mood. It's like a certain.
You have to make
Yes,
sure
but-
you have at least 3 hours to play.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like it's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing. But that's what I'm asking, like, because I don't think I would ever play Monopoly again. Like I saw they had a new Mario Monopoly I saw today in Target for like the 35th.
Yep.
I was obviously thinking about buying it because I'm a shill, but I don't think I would play Monopoly. But the reason I like Fortune Street is because Monopoly, you have to do all this like mental math. You need the banker and all that.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, it's not even just that. It's also stocks, you have dividends, you have interest. Whenever somebody stops at a property, if that district Matt owns stock in, but I own the shop, Matt would get a little bit of a percentage of that payment just because he's an investor. That kind of calculation is impossible unless it were a game on the Nintendo Wii, you know, or you know.
And also
Yeah,
for
definitely Xbox didn't have the technology at the time
No,
to pull off
Xbox,
something like
Xbox is the
Fortune Street.
loser. If we really would retrograde look at that, like Nintendo won the console war. The Waggle war was won by Nintendo.
a little bit of a difference though between Fortune Street and Monopoly is that in Monopoly you play basically until everybody but one person goes out.
Yeah.
But in Fortune Street, depending on the map you choose, there is a financial capital limit, and once a player reaches that limit, you become the winner.
Also,
Which I think is a lot better ending too.
Yeah, it lets the game end a lot quicker. Well, I guess not like a ton quicker because it still took us 3 hours to play last night. But I mean, it's a lot more. It's a lot more of like a goal. You can see the end.
Yeah.
You can like see all the players' net worth as you're going along.
Yeah.
And you can kind of get a gauge for how long the rest of the game will take, rather than going in blind and being like, oh, when everyone goes out, the game's over.
Also, the maps I think are the biggest thing with Fortune Street because like I've played Armageddon. We did that last night, the lava map.
Yes.
But like I don't really remember it that well. Like I do now that we play it. But like every time you use 15 maps, each one is different enough that it's almost like, it's not like a new Monopoly, but Monopoly's like a rectangle. Most board games are the same every time you play it.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I like Catan, because it's a random assortment of, like, the little tiles. Same thing with Fortune Street. Like, every map, some of them have a for sale spot. Some of them have the island that rotates around. Some of them have, like...
falling asleep, holy crap.
Random tiles and, like, other events, so...
Whoop. My foot is falling asleep.
You gotta wait until the end, man.
Yeah. We're in it.
We're in it now.
The bobsled.
No, but to add to what Drew was saying, the Armageddon map actually has some uniqueness compared to some of the other Fortune Street maps. So it's basically divided into 4 sections, and there are buttons in each section that when you press them, all of them separate from each other, and they become like their own little islands, and the only way off of them is for either the button to be pressed again, and all of them come back together.
Which is similar to the Observatory, but on a bigger level.
Yes.
So basically you're saying it's better than the Observatory?
Oh, it's always better than the Observatory.
Okay.
But you can also land in a portal, and that'll transport you to another island as well.
Honestly, I think one good thing about it, I would say it's euphoric. And I'm not even just saying that as like a, buzzword. The soundtrack and just the rhythm, the flow, the like pacing of the game honestly really does set, like, party's the wrong word, but for a game night, like, when you play Catan, you kind of have to set the mood. They do have a soundtrack you can put on Spotify, which I do recommend if you have
It's very good.
But, like, I don't know, something about just Fortune Street, I have so many, like, good euphoric memories, and it's, like, a relaxing kind of euphoric,
The longer we go on, I keep thinking of more things we forgot to mention about Fortune Street. Each time, so there's a bank, right, in Fortune Street, where you can, if you cross the bank or you land on it, you can buy stocks. That's the only way you buy stocks. But
well, there are also the cards, which are the only luck component.
That's what I'm bringing up. That's what I'm about to say. There's in order to receive a promotion to the next level, which gives you like a cash reward, you have to collect the 4 suits from like a deck of cards. So you got the clubs, the spades, the hearts, and the diamonds. So you have to make sure you collect one of each. And then once you have those, or a wild card, that also can play in for each one. If you go back to the bank, you get your promotion and you get some extra cash benefit. That's one thing I have to remember.
But honestly, I think the cards are the only thing that can infuriate friends because one of them
is
is like, oh, get a 7% up for all of your shops. Or get like, 10 stocks in the most, expensive district.
And then card number 13 makes all of your stores fall in value by 13%.
And some of them are just like random, and then some of them are just instant wins, like an instant promotion. Like, all right, so I'm kind of hurting. I just want to ask one more question, and then I have one more special thing at the end.
Okay.
So my question is, does Fortune Street hold up? How does it pass the nostalgia test?
Fortune Street passes the nostalgia test in my mind. It is still a fun game to play with your friends. It's a little bit less enraging than Monopoly because at the end of the game last night, I wasn't about to kill anybody. I just wanted to get some sleep. Because it was like 2:30 when we finished. I'm always down to play Fortune Street every time. Like, it doesn't get old to me.
Yeah, I think it holds up. Like, I can, like, kind of think of some things that I could say don't stand the test of time, but in the end, really, it's like, there's such, like, minor things that you could ignore. Like, it's still fun. I still had a blast last night.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I also want to mention, which I agree, but they have a Switch Fortune Street that only came out in Japan that omits the Mario characters, but has the Dragon Quest characters. and that makes me depressed.
Why does Japan get all the
I
cool
would
stuff?
have like if it was
Yeah.
localized, I would buy it. Although I would miss getting to see Yoshi commit tax fraud, but
Mhm.
otherwise, it would be amazing.
And one more thing, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention or include this this voice.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Drew's pulling out his phone.
Oh no.
That's the thing. Like I can't really see like what Drew's expression is, and I can't see what Matt's expression is.
We're in the bobsled right
oh
now.
boy! Oh
All right,
boy!
how do you guys feel about this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh boy, I hope he answers. Please, 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 please. Hey!
Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
Hey,
What's up?
yo, we're all three of us are sitting in a bathtub right now.
Oh my god, room for one more.
All right, we got to ask you a question though, okay?
I'm so scared to know what this could be.
The question is,
This could be anything good.
I think it is though.
It's really good. It's pure.
It's really good.
The question is, does Fortune Street stand the test of time?
Oh, so you're not even asking a question.
That's
You're just not even asking a question. And some also might say, is District F like is it the Orange County of video games?
Oh man,
my God.
we were.
It's like owning real estate in fucking Malibu.
Yes!
So it ages like a fine wine.
It does. Now, Parker, please tell us, what is the best Fortune Street map?
What is the observatory?
All right. Thank you for coming on our podcast and answering this question. I'm gonna send you a picture of what this looks like so you can get a better idea.
Listen, the reason it's so good is because of District F and because the metric is old.
It's-
True,
Dude,
true.
I literally said it's euphoric, and I mean that.
Now, however, you're having a bad time if you're up to the speed of that. Then you're just cutting corners on a gaming experience.
I mean, gooey gumdrops is the only omission when you're trying to fast. Let's be real.
Hey, when you get to the slime race, vote on green.
You heard it here first,
Dude, that's
folks.
that's OP. That's
We'll exchange
We'll
photos.
send you what this scenario looks like right now.
Good. I forgot what everyone looks like.
oh.
Let me tell you, it's a completely different view from the bathtub.
Woo! Alright, I'm in the car, so I gotta go, guys.
All right,
All right.
Thanks, man. See ya.
It's good hearing from you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Bye.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye,
Bye.
Parker.
Well, there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. Fortune Street stands the test of time.
But is that Fortune Street or Observatory? I mean, those are.
Why not
Why not?
both?
I think the observatory captured. we won't go into that. That'll extend the podcast by another like.
that's
20
a debate.
minutes.
We don't wanna.
Observatory
friendly.
is its own podcast, if we're being honest.
District F is its own podcast.
All right. I'm Matt,
I'm Will.
I'm Drew.
and this has been Nostalgia Test. Bye.
Stay safe, everyone.
Gonna send a part.
Holy